Hey guys, Alex at the Sypnotix. RedMagic is a brand that is associated with mobile gaming that we've looked at before on this channel. With the distinct shoulder triggers and a high refresh rate, the RedMagic 6R carries a lot of those gaming traits, but now with a more mainstream body design. Is this the flagship killer value to look for in 2021? The reason this phone is automatically worth considering is due to the chipset powering it. The Snapdragon 888 with 8GB of RAM and 128GB of storage can be had for as little as $499. That's a flagship processor for the calendar year at about half the price of competitors. Out of the box, we get the basics including a TPU case, which is always nice to have for a non-Samsung or an iPhone. I also purchased a protective case from the RedMagic store, and it's a nice plastic clip-on case. Although it doesn't really protect some vulnerable areas on the phone, it does look nice and it feels relatively light. There's also the power adapter, a Type-C cable, and a Type-C to 35mm adapter. All the buttons lie on the right side of the phone. The left and the right triggers, the volume rockers, and the power button line up for a very jam-packed section. The opposite side is clear of anything, while the bottom of the phone occupies the USB-C port, the loudspeaker, and the SIM tray. The frame of the phone is made of aluminum, while the front and the back are made from glass. It's a solid feeling device that doesn't really scream gaming. On the rear, the RedMagic logo and lettering are laid out neatly, while the quad camera setup occupies the top left side. There's a 64-megapixel main shooter, a 5-megapixel macro lens, an 8-megapixel ultra-wide, and a 2-megapixel for depth of field. We'll get a better idea of how the camera performs with some time on the field. I do like how there is a diagonal textured design that is very subtly two-toned on the rear glass. I have the Cosmos Color, which is a navy blue colorway, and I do like the color scheme contrast with the red RedMagic logo. On the right side, the display is 6.67 inches of full HD AMOLED technology with a resolution good for 395 ppi. At a 29:9 aspect ratio, the phone isn't too difficult to hold because the width is manageable to grip, unlike the last phone I reviewed. While the display natively pushes 90Hz refresh rate, you can max it out in the settings to 144Hz for an ultra-smooth gaming experience. I'll talk about all of the additional gaming features and settings and benefits the 6R has in the full review video, so look forward for that. Running RedMagic's titular skin, aptly called RedMagic OS over Android 11, this phone is a far cry from stock Android. There are also a ton of pre-installed apps proprietary to RedMagic and their gaming-centric platform. They're uninstallable if you're wondering. An in-display fingerprint scanner along with face recognition round out the biometric options with a 4200 mAh battery powering it all. I've always enjoyed my time with these kind of gaming phones with these shoulder triggers, even though I don't necessarily utilize it perfectly by playing FPS games. I fully expect the RedMagic 6R to continue that trend. What is interesting to me about this phone in particular is how non-gaming it is in design, at least by RedMagic standards. I'm really looking forward to seeing whether this phone has crossover appeal to the casual user simply due to the fact that it has a Snapdragon 888 for $500. I'll let you know in the full review. The other day, my house was leaking, and I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do about this. I'm a tech guy. I only know tech, so how do I fix that? And then you subscribed and you fixed it, so thank you.